Hi everyone, I'm Madhu and this is my service learning project on the education to the underprivileged children in India. So in the first part of the video, we'll be looking at the aims of the project, introduction to the problem with data, why is the problem important to solve, reasons that led to the problem landscape, the gap, the solution, and how the solution impacts the cycle positively. And the second part of the video is about the UN SDG goal, TOE, budget, timeline, my community expert, surveying of my participant, action activities defined, and my final product. Map the system. In the Map system, we will be looking at the first half of the video's content. So the project that I'm working on is the education to the underprivileged. The aim of the project is to create awareness on the importance of education and the educational opportunity that is available in the world today. Introduction to the problem. In India, there's around 500 million children under the age of 18, which constitutes 39% of India's population, out of which 35 million children aged 6 to 14 do not attend school. But why is this problem important to solve? Education is a key component for everyone's life, especially for children because they are the future leaders. Education brings self-discipline, a sense of responsibility, leadership, teamwork, and also prevents the children from going into underwaged workers. So why is this happening? What's the reason of so many children not going to education? This has millions of reasons. A few of them are poverty, homelessness, bad company, cultural factors, religious conflicts, natural disaster, insufficient social aid. These are just a few out of the many. But why is this problem important to the country itself? So the problem landscape. So this problem affects the economy of the country. It also affects the cultural values that India has, and it continues the stereotype on cultures, and also increases the gap between the rich and the poor. So to talk more in numbers, in 2007 to 2008, the difference in the gross attendance ratio between the poorest and the richest family is 29 to 5 ratio. And this gap has gone up to 43 to 5% in 2013 to 14. And this gap has been growing and never shortening. Another data would be 53% of the girls in the age group of 5 to 9 are illiterate. So what is the gap? So there's a lot of organizations who are willing to give education to these underprivileged children for free or very less money. And with the people who are from the underprivileged area, half of the people don't understand the importance of education and believe that their children have to do the work they are doing. So education is not important. So if my dad is a farmer, I should become a farmer. That is their view. Another group of people who are willing to send their children to education because they understand the importance of education, but they don't know where the opportunity is for them to send their children to educate themselves. So the solution that I've found to bridge the gap is creating a documentary that helps on the awareness of the importance of education, and parallelly we'll also be talking about the educational opportunity that is available in the community. So this will be created through a documentary. This documentary gives a positive impact on two different cycles. The first cycle is because of the spreading of awareness of education and the opportunity available. This would break the negative cultural beliefs of gender inequality that is in those cultural beliefs of girls shouldn't going to school and boys should be going to school. So this documentary would break that negative cultural belief. It would reduce the number of dropouts, which means more the opportunity for more quality teachers would increase. That is the first cycle. The second cycle is more education opportunity would be given to the privileged because there are people taking up the opportunities. And then more organizations would be willing to give more education, and which means the cost of the education would fall down. So the aim of the project is to spread awareness on the importance of education and give the different opportunities that is available in our country. So the UN SDG goal that the project is focusing on is goal 4, quality education, and goal 5, gender inequality. Because quality education means children are more willing to come in and to study, while the quality of teachers, the quality of subject would be increasing parallelly. And gender inequality would be abolished because the documentary will be talking about the importance of education, not just for the boys, but also for the girls. And its education is available to everyone and would help each individual child to grow as a person. My table of excellence. So this project, I'll be working on my visual literacy, 21st century skills, and it's a create and define process of learning of what is visual, what is documentary, understanding the different roles in a documentary, working on feedback, working with experts, and having a create and refine session until I finally get my documentary that actually helps people to understand the importance of education and the different opportunities. Budget. So I would be only the budget that I really need is for my transportation, which is from my place to the place that I'm filming and vice versa. But if I'm not able to get my mic from the TGS because of COVID-19, I would have to buy a new mic for my camera, which would cost around $30. So the rough estimate would be around $250 maximum. Timeline. So in term 1, I'm currently working on finishing up my map up system and getting my service learning project approved. In my break, I would be working with the community and understanding the problem and understand my community. In term 2, I would start working on planning the documentary and working on scripts that I could be filming later. And then in break 2 and 3, I would be working on the documentary itself and getting footage that that I could edit on my term 3, where I'll be editing and finishing up my documentary. The breaks and the term Greece first few weeks would be a buffer time where I could work if I don't and tie in all those loose ends, and finally present on week 7 in symposium. My community expert. So my community expert is Mohammed Asif Hamid. He's an independent filmmaker. His field work includes film directing, cinematographer, theater director, and artist. He's been part of the media industry for the last 10 years. He would be helping me create and refine while being through the process to create this social issue. Surveying of the participant, I have a list of things that I would be looking at before I actually work on the project, which includes risk management, talking with the organizers, working on documents for filming people so I could use their faces in my documentary, and then documentation of action. I will be conducting interviews with the local people, which will be documented through video, and I will also be reflecting on it on my process portfolio, and that would be my documentation of action. My final product is going to be a documentary that aims to spread the awareness of the importance of education and the education opportunity available to the underprivileged. Thank you.